Hey, what's up guys? It's Bronson here. So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the tattoo machine that I use every day, which is the Dragonhawk Fold Pro. Now in this video, we're going to go over a few things such as the unboxing, the performance of this machine, the pros and cons, and who I think this machine is for. And as you guys already know, I have a 10% discount code which you can redeem if you want to purchase this machine or any other products over on the Dragonhawk official website. So all that information for the discount code will be in the description down below. But enough of all that, let's get into it. Okay, so opening your Fold Pro, you'll get the user manual, and on the back there's some information about the machine. We'll just move that off to the side for now. And then we have everything in the machine nicely tucked away, really good for all the transport of the machine. Everything's tightly packed. We have this small box containing some components. And then our first item in here is our C charger, so that's USB to C, and then that C charging is just for your wireless batteries. Next we have our RCA cord, so that's good if you do want to run that option. That's all there for you and supplied as well. It's pretty handy that they actually supply that as well. A lot of machines never really used to come with their own RCA, so that's pretty cool. And then we've also got a small bag with some O-rings and some Allen keys just to help with any light machine repairs or maintenance that you need to do. And just a quick note, I've owned this machine for 6 months now, used it every day, and I haven't needed to use anything out of here or even tighten anything up, anything like that. And now our RCA adapter for our machine. And finally our Fold Pro tattoo machine, a great looking machine. Now this one here sent to me is the single battery one, so if you do order the extra battery then that will just come in the box as well. But with this single battery it's just attached to the machine. And with a small hold on that power button you can turn the machine on, and then another tap will turn the motor on or off. And it features a really simple plug-in system for the battery, so just putting that C charger in there. And it's really easy to adjust our volts, especially when working. We can just tap the plus button to move up in our volts and the minus to go down. Our needle length adjustment is just from twisting the grip. And it's really easy to take the battery off. You can just pull that up. And also a great feature is that the battery doesn't have to line up with anything when returning onto the machine. You can simply just push it on at any angle, hit the power button and you're away. Now moving on to our RCA connection. Again, you can just plug that in and then connect to your RCA cable. Okay guys, so now just getting into a little bit of the performance side with our Fold Pro. Now as we can see, and as always it seems with Dragonhawk products, this is a great looking tattoo machine. And all the functions of this machine are really accessible and usable, such as the 7 different stroke lengths, which is easily adjusted with just a twist. In the manual it says that the battery is 5 to 6 hours, but I've actually only had this machine die on me a few times as well. And I did get the machine that comes with 2 different batteries, so that's not too much of a problem. Generally I am doing like 6-hour tattoo sessions, and this battery is keeping up with all of it. Like I said, just a few times the battery has died kind of within the last maybe half hour, left of the session. And with those 2 batteries, it's been a really easy process to just put the new one on and put the other one on charge. And to your preference, this machine can also be used either wired with your RCA adapter, or you can run it wireless, which I have. I've only plugged this into RCA once, and I did find there was a little bit of a variable in the volts that it was delivering in comparison to the same volts that I was running wirelessly, but we will get into that shortly. So overall, this machine has a big tick from me on being really user-friendly and providing a simple operating system. The volts range from 4 all the way up to 12, so there's again a huge versatility in how you want to work. This machine weighs 200 grams and is 128 millimeters in length. So the pros of this machine, I think, we have, just like all of Dragonhawk's products, a machine that wants to deliver a really nice, solid and smooth tone initially without too much work from yourself or your hand speed or any crazy techniques. This machine wants to do a clean and smooth tattoo. The design is great and all of the functions are really easy to adjust and access. And as you can see, all of the work that I've been producing with it, this is a great tattoo machine. And some of the cons for me would actually be, if you do want to adjust your stroke as well as your needle adjustment, you kind of have to have the machine wrapped and then put 2 breaks in your film or whatever you're using. And sometimes when you're adjusting the needle, the stroke might go with it. So you do need to keep an eye on that. Maybe the stroke could be a little bit of a tougher adjustment so that it doesn't want to float when you're adjusting your needle. Sometimes that stroke will go with it. So do keep an eye on that if you are doing that. And personally, I just keep it on the 3.9 and have that bit wrapped up solid as if the machine has no stroke adjustment. And perhaps if that motion was a little bit more solid, I'd be more inclined to put that break in and play around with that a little bit more. But at the moment, I just run this on the 7.5 for the volts and then the 3.9 for my stroke. And the only variable that I change will be my needle adjustment and my volts throughout the tattoo. And it's great to see that this machine also comes with a fully autoclavable grip. We can just continue rotating and then our grip comes off. So that's good for all of our hygiene. Also, another pro with this machine is now I'm seeing it come out with a lot of variety in different grips. You'll be able to see on the Dragonhawk's website that there is now maybe 2 or 3 grips that you can get for this machine. So if you are a little bit picky, then there's a little bit more variety for you. And with those variable grips, it's going to make it a lot more adjustable to make this machine suited for you as well. Now, I feel like this is honestly such a great machine. I've used a lot of tattoo machines and I've been tattooing for almost 10 years and now I'm using this machine on the daily. It's really doing everything that I need a good machine to do for me. And again, just for a machine in this price bracket to be performing so well is quite crazy. I was almost off put. I'm one of those people who's kind of like, I guess we're all a little bit brainwashed, isn't they? Like, the more expensive products are better, and the tattoo industry, especially a few years ago, there was just maybe the 4 leading brands there with tattoo machines. And if you're a good tattooist, you wouldn't really look outside of that. But now we're having some machines and companies come through and really break that ice and bridge that gap and really deliver some great products. Now, one thing I did find quite bad about this machine was when I just had 1 battery and I was running my battery on the session and then that died and I thought, oh, no worries, I'll plug that into my RCA. Now, I was using the 7-volt wirelessly, but when I plugged it into my RCA, I could hear the machine on those same volts. I could hear the machine running a lot harder. So I knew to back that down about 1 full volt and just go from that kind of audio level that I was getting from the machine and how the machine was feeling. So I did find that there was quite a bit of a difference there from the RCA and the wireless. Now, as much as that is a bad thing, I only run the wireless, so I only need to focus on the wireless performance. But do be aware, if you are gonna swap and change and that's your idea, once the battery dies, you'll just plug it in, just do be aware of that voltage difference because it is definitely there. But it's definitely a trade-off, I guess, with that wireless feature I do want to be using wireless tattoo machines. So you really can't expect, you know, you look at your power supply, it's a big unit, and it does a great job of controlling those volts. It is super consistent, but you can't really expect a battery, a wireless battery, to have that same performance on that volt delivery there. So yeah, like I said, I use it every day. I don't have much of a complaint, especially with this machine overall, how I set it up and run it. I think it does a great job and really performs how I need it to. And also a great pro would be that this whole machine breaks down into such a small blueprint that for travel it's really easy. I've taken this machine over to Australia before and tattooed over there a little bit, and yeah, it felt really good to just be able to pack something so small. I don't need to be bringing my power supply, foot pedals, all of that. So I've brung my tattoo blueprint down a lot as far as that travel goes, which is always a big thing, especially with tattooists. I find we love to jump around a bit. And if I wanted to, I could just mail this over as well with a small package to the studio that I'm going to, if I thought there might be any issue there or want to save on space a little bit more. But this is all going to break down into something really small. Now, I truly feel like the Fold Pro is a machine that's been designed for any artist to be able to pick up and make those slight adjustments into a machine that's going to work great for them. And there hasn't been a lot of machines that have been able to compete in a field like that. And even this machine has taken over the machine that I was using every day. I really feel like Dragonhawk has made a machine that any artist is able to pick up and do a great tattoo with the slight adjustments that they've given us. Now, I've been using this machine for months now as well. It has become my daily machine, as well as the 3 other artists that are working here. And all of our work is slightly different from one another. Some of us rely more on line work or tattoo different styles, and this is a machine that has excelled in all of these small styles, from traditional realism, tāmoko tattooing, and lettering. And this is by other artists who are leading in their fields. They're not just like small time tattooists, you know. The tattoos that come out of the studio every day is crazy quality, you know. And every one of these artists is now using this machine on the daily. And with that price bracket, it's really inviting for every artist to be able to pick one of these up and just see for themselves the quality of this machine and the performance that it delivers under that needle. Overall, I would say that this is a great tattoo machine. I've referred lots of friends and other tattooists that are close to me to get one of these and try for themselves, and I've heard nothing but good things. And already before me speaking about this machine, I can see a lot of other artists here in New Zealand that are using this machine. I'm really not the type of person as well to like change machines all the time. I'm not one of those dudes whenever a product comes out to grab it. I find something that I'm happy with, and then I kind of master that machine, and then I'll like sit there for a few years being like in full control of this tattoo machine, able to take it to conventions and win awards with it. So it needs to perform in a lot of different ways. And then after a few years of that, maybe like 4 years on a tattoo machine, then I'm kind of getting a little bit curious, looking to the people next to me like, oh, what have you got? Oh yeah. And being wireless as well. A few machines ago I wasn't wireless, so that was one of my huge steps, was becoming onto the wireless machine. And also I find with this machine, as soon as I started tattooing with it, I was really slow, you know. I feel like with my old machine, the injector, I was able to tattoo some really big work and smash that out in a day. And even when there was like quite a bit of the tattoo left, within an hour the whole thing was completed. But I don't want to be a fast artist. I want to create the best work possible. And I feel like, as much as it's like, it's a little bit of a pro and con situation. I actually got really good with my old machine, super fast, could create a good product, but there was something like still kind of missing there. I really wanted to force myself to slow down anyway and create a better product. So this machine, I remember as soon as I started tattooing with it, I was like tattooing for an hour and just had done a bit, and I was like a little bit like, oh, that's crazy. But also, I want to be taking the time to make sure that things are solid and packed well. And then that healed result was just amazing coming back. So it's always a little bit of a reflection with myself. I feel like, I'll get that new machine and then I'll slowly get faster with it. and then kind of, yeah, building that quality there as well. Alright guys, thank you for making it to the end of the video. I'm going to try and drop a new video every Saturday from now on. So every week there will be a new video for you guys. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Don't forget that discount code in the description down below and go and buy yourself a Fold Pro. I'll see you guys in the next video.